Hello. Today we are going to install a router. Now, your first task is going to be getting into the BIOS. So just mash F2. If that doesn't work, F12, F10. And if all else fails, look up the model of the computer, the model of the laptop or computer, whatever it is, and look up how to get into the BIOS. Okay, so it's fairly easy, simple. Once you're in, you're going to want to check the secure boot. And this is the weirdest setup I've encountered so far, because you have to set a password in order to disable the secure boot, and that's it. So just you can reset this, load setup defaults, and it reverts the password. But so just write it down. Just write it down. That's my advice always. Write everything down. In this case, I wrote it down here. So no one has to suffer because of that. And I think I forgot to enable the boot menu. Okay, so in this case it was F12, but sometimes it could be delete, I think, super. So if you had your ISO, I'm not going to teach you how to make an ISO on a USB, but once you have your ISO in your USB, you should boot into your ISO. In this case, Ventoy, which is a container for ISOs. Don't bother with it. And now we are in the router setup. So just in this case, if you had let the timer run out, it would have thrown you into the installation. So this is very, very, very straightforward. Now, if you have a secondary, if this laptop, if I didn't have a main laptop, a main small laptop, I would keep this one. So if you have a shitty computer, first install Linux into it, and once you're done with that, install a router. So in this case, we just have to, just hit enter and hit enter and hit enter and press E. Wait. Yep. And then GPT and yep. Wait. This is not auto. Wait. Revert. Okay, this is going badly. Revert and exit. Okay, let's go again. Enter, enter, enter. Let's hit entire disk. Yes, GPT. I don't know why it's showing me this, but just hit auto. Wait, what? No, that's it. Okay, so if you see this, just make sure that you're installing it into your main hard drive. In this case, it has 30 gigs. So these aren't the main hard drive, right? This is the USB. This is, I don't know what this is. Just make sure you're in your main. Everything's right on your main hard drive. So in this case, I already had partitions, and it was showing me that, but they weren't important at all. If you're lucky, you're not gonna see that thing. Now this computer is very nice. You know, people shit on Manjaro, but if you here's the thing. If you don't know anything about Linux, if it's your first time, get Manjaro i3. It comes with a tutorial for i3. And once you're done with it, you're done with Manjaro, just you're gonna the tutorial's gonna have worked its magic on you. It makes it really simple. It's not a tutorial, it's just a screenshot. It's not a screenshot, it's a window that's permanently sitting on your screen in a floating manner. You can't interact with it. You can just read it. And it tells you the whole thing. Like, there's nothing else. It's just like a page, and that's all you need to learn. So Manjaro is really, in that regard, it's beginner friendly. So it's the best way to learn i3, I think. It was the way I learned, and it made it really, really simple. Because it's not hard, but when you just install the thing and it starts working, and you see the shortcuts, and you don't have to, you just see the shortcuts, that helps a lot. Now learning terminal is, bash, read line is a different story, but knowing your way around the operating system with just keys is really strong. It's really powerful. It's one of the flaws of Windows, I think. I've had I have access to a Windows computer at work, and there's like one, two, three programs, four programs to just do the things that i3, Sway, and DWM do by default. It's really nonsensical. It's the state of software, maybe just Windows, maybe. Anyway, this takes a long time, If it takes a long time, don't worry about it. It's fine. Especially with older drives. Now, my thing with laptops is that old hardware is that you can revive it with Linux, but you need a solid state drive. So you need to get one. You can work with 30 gigs. You can offload your home, or not your home, but your heavy hitters, you can keep them on a separate drive. Even better if you don't have heavy stuff, if you limit yourself. Just get a very small 30 gigs, 50 gigs SSD, and you're golden. Now, last time I made a 60 gig main root partition where all the programs are installed. I did a 60 gig, I think it was 60 or can't remember, 60 or 80 partition. And I fell short in like a year. But less than a year. But I installed a lot of software that I end up not using, and well, I download videos that I don't use. I download media in general that just eventually just sits there. But I mean, it was about 50 or 60 gigs of just programs anyway, because I couldn't clean it, just more than that. So I was screwed, but I could have handled it better, a lot better. And I didn't need so many programs because I liked trying out stuff. And if you have a set use, a set purpose that you can focus on, you're gonna have a blast because you don't need any space. I mean, unless you work in editing. But if you're editing, you are keeping it minimal anyway on this kind of hardware. You have to, but you can, because this for example, it's 2 gig. Now if you had 1 gigabyte of RAM, you could like just go really like minimal. Just like use the browser, close the browser, use your program, hope it doesn't crash, save constantly. But I haven't found such computers yet. I haven't encountered them. But i3 is just a thing for those tiling window managers. Are very good for not consuming RAM. And who knows, maybe if you can get creative and you really need every last bit of it, you don't even need to run the tiling window manager. You don't even need a window manager at all for some stuff. You could code in just text. That could be cool. That could be useful. Really useful. Like being forced to just code could really like set you up for a home run. So it's been 15 minutes. So this router software was, you can use like pfSense. This one's called Dinfi. It's something like French firewall. It's like a French firewall, a French fork of pfSense or something. And some dude, some globalist dude, recommended it to me. So I just have to. I felt compelled to oblige. But either I'm just getting filtered, or this really is no better than pfSense, because I already tried it. But I wanted to show it to you. So what this is, it's software to handle your networks. And it needs a dedicated system. Like it needs to be a computer. It needs all the, it's gonna use everything your computer has. Maybe not a GPU, but, well, maybe not a GPU, or maybe a GPU. I don't know. Could be. And it needs two uh, Ethernet ports. So I don't have to. So, and this is all the USB that it came with. So I just bought one of those cheapo adapters, and that's just where it's gonna stay. Like, that's not gonna move. It's gonna be shit, but it's not gonna move. And make sure to test your USBs before you use them like this, because move it around, like jiggle it, see if it disconnects. I'll show you how disconnecting looks like. Uh, because if it disconnects, unless you can keep it like completely still, like completely, it's not gonna work. It's gonna frustrate you more than what it is worth. So don't don't do this with bad hardware, like hardware that doesn't respond well to input. A keyboard, it doesn't matter. Keyboard, you just have to get through the installer ones. You could copy the I don't know if you can make it with this one, but with some Linux ISOs, you can copy the USB to RAM, so you can free up the USB port. There it is, OpenSense. I think that's the main thing that these are a fork of. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi. I hope you're having a nice day. Hello, good morning. How are you? This is really taking a long time. I was thinking about the Explaining Computers theme song. It's very, it's something else. It's it's built different. It's a song that's built different. I can't explain it. It's very special. Well, a router, you are going to have to pair it to a thing, to another router. The internet comes from your ISP, your service provider, and then you link that with the router, and then the router sends it to the other router, and that's where you connect to, either through wires or through wireless. Oops, sorry. This setup is very precarious. I couldn't plug in a keyboard, so that's all. This is the best I could do. So the router is going to be turned on always. And it's resilient to power shutdowns, not because it has a battery, but because it has, I don't know, memory, I guess, like storage. And that is very important because when having a server without having a router is fun. It can be fun, but it's gonna be fun until your IP addresses change without your consent. That's when having a server stops being fun. And that's what a router is for. So you can, if you are really new to this, you can run with just your laptop running Linux and say an Android device running Termux. You can just manage with that. You don't need two computers without a router, one main computer, a server without a router. Like, you need a router first, because it's a pain in the ass and it's not worth it. It's not worth it to have a server without a router. In my opinion, it was a learning experience, but I wish I had a router right from the get-go before turning to servers, because it was a big source of So when it comes to this, just reboot. It says it's complete, so just reboot. Always reboot. That's another good tip. After you install something, reboot. So as you can see, it restarted. Now we should be okay to remove the... Yeah, as you can see, it's finding everything the computer has. Now just unplug it. I should have unplugged the USB earlier. Perif destroyed. Now, let's see. Is it thinking? Is it stuck? Did I break it? Did I break it when I unplugged the USB? I think I did. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just... It doesn't matter. This is why I prefer doing this without a battery, but this one you can't take it out. Okay, let's try again. Don't do that. Just take out the USB before it turns on. "13 ports? Okay, no, it's normal. It's stuck here. It's normal. We're good. We should be good. The 2.0.2, it's the USB thing, I think. But this is the router. It just starts. It should just start. You should never have to like mess with it. I mean, after it's done, setting up, you should like mess with it. Okay, it's not. I don't think it's picking up the USB. Because it went the loop back, and then it went the Ethernet, I think. But it's not picking up the USB. I don't think. Should I switch, or should I just be patient? I think I'll just switch. I think I'll just switch. Because you never know. Like, you really never know. Like, especially with old hardware. You just can't ever know. Unless you try it. Maybe this is me being impatient. But it is odd. Okay, that's the okay, there we go. It's moving. It's moving. It did move this much earlier though. Yeah, there's loop, there's Ethernet, or the other one. Are we hooked up in the router? Yeah. It's just gonna stay there, I think. I'll be patient. I'll be patient. So yeah, you can never know, really, with old hardware. I mean, this is the Ethernet adapter is USB 3. So that could be a source of no, of conflict. Oh, and the previous port was the blue port. So that's really, really funny. So check your USBs. Okay, for real though, I'll switch the thing. Yeah, one's black. Yeah, one's black and one's blue. I'll check my connections again one last time. I'll plug everything like it's supposed to. Okay. And I'll try one more time. And I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it running. And if it doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, this time the other one isn't even showing up. Yeah, maybe I just need to be patient. This is the computer that has taken the longest, I think, that I've had the pleasure of working on. Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck in there. Oh, um, so the password for Dinfi is login is root, and the password is Dinfi. Dinfi. That's it. That's it. You have your router. Now you set the interface. This isn't necessary. Like if you now. Okay, now this gets tricky. Because you have to connect. Like in theory, I guess you could connect to this, to the outbound, like to your LAN. This is the LAN. You could connect to the LAN directly, I think, but I'm not sure. If you don't have a router, this is probably not worth it. So just connect to that. Connect to this. To the router. Now I guess I could switch to OBS at this point, where I'll explain to you further what this is all about. So until that time, see you.